Didi,
Chris,
what's up, man?
what's up?
Bro, this would not have started the podcast this way had you not had to run and grab a brew before we recorded.
Good luck.
But thank goodness for that. I was scrolling through Twitter when you were going to the fridge
Okay.
and came across a banger of a headline. And we're going to both like absorb this together because I haven't clicked to read any deeper. Okay. Dolly Parton is starring in a musical about Taco Bell's Mexican pizza that will premiere on TikTok later this month. There are so many layers to this headline.
What am I? Listen, you've known me for a long time. It takes a lot for me to not have anything to say.
Let's break this down bit by bit.
Okay, please.
So first off, like if you hear Dolly Parton is starring in a musical, okay, like that's random. That's random.
It is, but it makes some sense.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah.
So okay, that first part, one for one. Starring in a musical about Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. Have you had Taco Bell's Mexican pizza?
I have not.
Is it? I haven't either, but apparently it's special enough to get its own musical. And then that musical will premiere on TikTok later this month. We're premiering musicals on TikTok. And apparently that's legitimate enough of a platform for one of country music's greatest stars of all time to appear.
I mean, Dolly Parton is a legend, but Mexican pizza and TikTok and Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Wow.
The subtext to this adds intrigue. It says the musical, inspired by an exchange between Doja Cat and TikTok star Victor Kunda, will be released a week after Mexican pizza returns to Taco Bell's menu.
Doja Cat, Dolly Parton, Taco Bell, Mexican pizza. Wow.
The musical.
On TikTok. Musical.
On TikTok. I don't know.
This is the best thing I've ever heard. I can't wait to break this down scene by scene, however long this thing is.
Oh yeah, because we haven't really we've done some movies that you've seen that we haven't, right? We've done those. The last thing though that we really broke down bit by bit was, I don't know, The Last Dance. And before that was probably like the OJ show.
Oh, that's true.
So naturally, the next thing that we're going to rate scene by scene is going to be the Taco Bell Mexican pizza musical featuring Dolly Parton.
100%. This is must see. Whatever. This is must see TikTok, not must see TV. Must see TikTok. I'm ready.
Oh man!
Wow. I can't wait. I'm ready. This is like Brunch Breakdown, like all over it. It's got music. It's music. It's musical. It's food. It's everything that we are about.
And it really is the trifecta. And NBC News tweeted this when I scrolled. Sometimes you just see a headline that stops you, and I thought that was a joke. And then I saw it was NBC News. And I mean, the replies to this are fantastic. If you get a chance, go check them out. My favorite is, show this headline to someone in 2015 and they think we lost our minds. And that's what I thought. I was like, the landscape of media and musicals and how people consume things is so different.
I mean, Wow. I can't wait. When is this coming out?
It said a week after Mexican pizza. It said later this month because apparently Mexican pizza is going to be reintroduced to the Taco Bell menu. And then a week after the Mexican pizza lands on that menu, Dolly Parton's going to be singing about it.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is going to be around Memorial Day weekend is what I'm assuming we're getting ready for.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a date because this is important. Yeah, it's hashtag Mexican pizza, the musical.
Okay.
Which honestly, again, like if you go back to 2015, sounds like a musical we would have written.
Mexican pizza, the hashtag Mexican pizza, the musical just sounds like, remember when Twitter used to just have like random trends all the time and everyone would just like, send out their thoughts on the hashtag like all the time. Like those are like all my tweets from like 2011 on certain days. It's just like random hashtag that was like trending on Twitter or whatever. And that sounds like that.
It does. It 100% does. 5/26, May 26th, Taco Bell has announced that they said it's really happening. Tune in live on TikTok. May 26th.
Well, you know what else is really happening? The brunch breakdown, which I guess we should officially start it right now because, oh my God, I don't even know what to do right now after that. I think we should just end it, maybe. I don't know.
No, we have to keep going.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep going. What's up? It's Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris is in Pittsburgh, and Dan is doing wedding stuff, which I assume he's probably going to be doing next week. So it's probably going to be us too also.
Yeah, we'll find out. I don't know. Like the kid's got appointments on appointments.
Yes, all the appointments with all the people. If you ever plan a wedding, you know what he's going through right now. And I don't envy him. I'm happy I just get to show up on Friday and drink. So
that's right. That's right.
Well, it is the brunch breakdown. And today on the show, we're going to be talking Tom Brady. We're going to be talking parenting because guess what? Both dads are here. So it's dad brunch today on the show. And also we're going to talk about smuggling drugs. Yeah. Smuggling drugs. We're going to talk about
it's dad brunch. So guess what we're talking about?
That's right. Smuggling drugs with the dads. Let's go. All right. Let's get it started. Let's get random topics. Actually, wait, before we do that, Dan always lets us know where to find the brunch breakdown. I don't do it as well as him. Chris, you try. Let everybody know where you can find a brunch breakdown.
Yeah, I'm going to save Dan some characters because I've listened to him say it enough. And like, I feel like he can really save a lot of his energy for the show by just saying like, if you want to follow us on social media, we're on literally every platform, right? Yeah. Just search for the brunch breakdown. And if you want to listen to this podcast and get the episodes every week, we're on literally every platform. So just search for the brunch breakdown. Like that's all you have to do. If you Google brunch breakdown, a bunch of shit's going to come up and probably your favorite platform is going to be there. So just give us a follow.
Bam. I love it. That's perfect.
Thank you. I am perfect.
Yeah, you are perfect. Dan, get better at your job. All right, now let's get some random topics off our chest. Chris, you weren't here last week, so get it off your chest. Go for it, sir.
All right. This is what this topic is. This segment is for is just to be random, right?
Yep.
And like I think, first of all, I have a problem with the names that professional sports teams have changed their names to. Like I totally get why like the Washington Redskins are no longer the Redskins. The Cleveland Indians are no longer the Indians. Totally get that. And none of this is like, oh, let's be upfront at the beginning. Not saying that they should have kept the names. What I am saying though, is that the names they chose, one, they suck. Okay. It's like the Guardians and the Commanders, which sound like, I don't know, XFL football teams. It sounds stupid. And then, but like my bigger problem is I don't like the way that the media is just like using those names like nothing, like we're supposed to understand what they are. Like I tuned into Sports Center today while I was lifting and they were like, oh yeah, I think the Commanders are going to have a good season. I'm like, who? What sport and what team are we talking about? We can't just like roll it off the tongue like it's a normal. I think for at least like the next couple of years, there should be like a spoken asterisk where you say like the Commanders, who used to be this team that you remembered from decades and decades and now chose a shitty name. That's what I think that everybody should have to say. I don't like them. I don't like that we're just supposed to, people are just like suggesting we're supposed to accept it. they could change their names. That's fine. But they changed their names to stupid names. And I don't want to use them. I want to keep saying Washington football team because that was way better than the Commanders. Okay. And the Guardians, we have friends in Cleveland, Didi. Like they explained that it's like the bridges and there's like statues and shit. It's just stupid. And I don't like them and I don't respect them. And that's what I wanted to get off my chest today.
I agree with you 100% because what I realized during the era of the Washington football team was that maybe the clubs in England, the soccer teams and all that, they know what they're doing. I liked Washington football team. I was like, I actually enjoy this. How about we just stop with the mascots? I don't need any more. I don't need another gator. I don't need another, bullfrog or buffalo or whatever. I don't need any of that. We're done. We've heard them all. Just say Washington football team, Washington FC, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Why? Like, I honestly, by the time it came to, because we did this for like 2 years with the Redskins, it felt like. So, And I was kind of used to it and I didn't hate it. So I'm just like, why not? Like the soccer teams, they got it right. I used to make fun of them for that all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, real original. Good job. No, they were right. Like, just call it a team or a club.
Yeah. Cleveland, the Indians, they should be Cleveland baseball team.
Yep. That's it.
It'd be infinitely better than what they chose.
Yes. Seriously.
And I would probably buy their merch because it's kind of hilarious.
I love it. All right. Well, here's what I got to get off my chest. I hope I don't offend anyone. So here's
off to a good start. Here we go.
Mother's Day posts on social media. I have noticed as a lot of my friends have kids now. Like I'm 37 years old. Most of my friends have kids now. So that's not an odd thing or whatever. So I see all these people posting and I'm like, it felt like people were trying to outdo each other with the big words that they were using to describe their wife or girlfriend, whatever, mother of their kids, whatever. And I just was like, you could just say Happy Mother's Day and post a photo. Because some people were saying things that I was like, you as a guy who is not a mother, who did not deliver a kid, shouldn't be talking about watching your wife grow as a mother. What do you know about being a mother? Nothing. To me, that is insulting to your wife, who's gone through all this stuff, has no idea what's going on, and is just learning on the fly, just like you are. And you're like watching you grow as a mother. So that means you're saying that she was down here a few months ago, and now she's working her way up to being all right. And I'm like, chill, guys. You're doing too much on Mother's Day. Just make your post and just say Happy Mother's Day. I love you, whatever. You gave me these 2 great kids, and just end it. You don't need to try to be a Hallmark greeting card. You don't need to do that. Let the professionals do that.
Yeah.
Like it was hilarious just watching people. And honestly, for me, who didn't post on Mother's Day, so I guess that means I hate my wife and my family, and I didn't post. And it was mainly because I just watched so many people do it. I just don't want to do it. When I see so many people post something, I just don't want to do it anymore. It's like a TikTok trend dance. It's like, oh, that's a cool dance. Then I see a million people do it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll save it for myself. I don't need to do that. Like, I'm good. I don't need to join the fray, but I had to get it off my chest. The Mother's Day posts, guys. Like, oh, wait. And one other thing with that, women, you don't need to post on Mother's Day. Don't feel the pressure to post on Mother's Day. I saw people posting about how they felt pressure to post on Mother's Day with their post for Mother's Day. Guys, you don't have to do it. Social media is not that important. It's just not. Like, it's really not that important. You don't have to post on these days just because everyone else is doing it. It's not that important. It's not. Don't feel pressure to do it.
I'm 100% with you. I didn't make a Mother's Day post either. And quite frankly, like, I've always thought the dynamic of that is weird, where you're like telling your wife Happy Mother's Day and she's like sitting on the other side of the couch from you. Like, just say it to her. You know what I mean? Like, what if you obviously already said it to her? So why do you have to like post about? I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I'm very happy that my wife and we don't need to like we don't need the validation of that. You know what I mean? Like Katie does not need me to post to feel like she's appreciated as a wife and as a mother, like she gets that regularly from me. So we don't have to, but it's like, it's a competition with everybody. And it's like one of those holidays are very much because like, Father's Day is part of it. Valentine's Day is part of it, where it's like the pinnacle of social media, in that social media is like a highlight reel.
Yeah.
And life is not a highlight reel. So I feel no desire to participate in it. And I think I don't know, like you do get that. I do get sometimes that like, oh, well, should I post because everybody else is posting? But it's like, no, I don't need to. Like we're doing stuff all day together. I don't need to. Why would I take time out of my day to post? It's just, I hate it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't feel the need to post. And if you do it, that's fine. Do what you want. I just don't understand people talking about the pressure and all these big words that you never use. And some of these people, I know these words are not in your vocabulary. I just know they're not. Like it's fine. I just know they're not in your vocabulary. I don't know why you break them out on these special holidays. But yeah, like we went out to breakfast. Like we exchanged gifts. We built the kids a freaking jungle gym outside. So now Saoirse thinks that Mother's Day means that she gets presents. So she's in the jungle gym playing. She's like, "Happy Mother's Day!" Going down the slide. "Happy Mother's Day!" And we're just like, we've been trying to get you to say Happy Mother's Day all week. I've been trying to get you to say it all week, and then you finally say it while you're with your present that we built on Mother's Day. So, yeah, this is a weird thing. Had to get off my chest. All right. Well, it is now Brews Day, and I will get it started here. Guys, this beer is called Kook Slams IPA. That's right. Kook Slams IPA from Duck Foot Brewing.
What is happening on that can?
There's a guy. What's he? He's got a scooter. And he's chugging a beer.
I don't know that that's legal, but okay.
I don't think this is legal because this looks like one of those motorized joints. And I don't think that's like a Segway situation. So I don't think this is legal. But this beer is really good. Duckfoot Brewing, West Coast style IPA. It is bold. It is good. I don't have all the nice words to say that Dan has.
That's okay.
Man, oh man, it's good. And cheers.
I enjoy a good beer.
Yes, I enjoy a good beer.
When Dan listens to this and hears that, he's going to be so mad.
It's going to be like, but tell me more about the beer. Tell me more.
The one I have this week is a repeat. It is from my favorite brewery, Raised Grain, the Mellow Rillo. It's the mellow yellow kind of fusion hazy IPA. And I'm going to be honest with you, Didi, part of the reason I picked this is because it is only 4.9 ABV. I have been feeling the effects of like one beer on my sleep lately. Dude, I had one beer on Friday night, one beer on Saturday night, one beer on Sunday night, just one. And like my sleep got progressively worse over the weekend. And I'm just like, the weekend is where I'm supposed to get the good sleep. What? This is ridiculous. So I'm going to try, because, the playoffs are on with hockey and I want to watch it, enjoy a drink. I'm going to try the lower ABV ones, because some of the IPAs I like are like 8-ish, 9-ish. And that, that's almost like 2 beers worth of alcohol in one beer. So we're pulling it back on a what is it, Tuesday night. I forget what night we record now. And gonna have a little bit of a lighter IPA tonight.
Smart move. Yeah. Smart move there, because I will say the heavier IPAs just like they mess me up too. If I'm just drinking one and then going to sleep, like I feel like I have to give myself time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't just like drink it at like 8 and then like I know I'm gonna go to sleep at like 10 or something like that. It's like, I imagine there's something to that, because I'm probably not supposed to drink that much alcohol
right
at that time and then just go lay down. So yeah.
So cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Happy Brews
And
Day.
that's your Chris Gates Fitness tip of the week.
Yeah. Keep drinking. Just scale it back a little bit.
Yeah, just scale it back a little bit. Yeah, have a Corona. Yeah. Leave the milkshake malts to something else.
To Steel City Dan. Let him.
To Steel City Dan. All right, let's get into the main menu. Chris, you brought this up to me today about parenting and about our kids and how their lives are different. What made you want to bring this up? Go for it.
Yes. So I have just, as my oldest, who is getting close to 2, almost 2, a few months away.
Very close.
Yeah. As she is getting older and learning to do more things and learning to say more words and speak to us, I'm learning how distinctly different childhood is now as compared to when we grew up. And it is in one particular way that has made my mind snowball in so many different directions. But do you have like an Alexa at home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have noticed that like my daughter, because of the Alexa, she thinks she can just like yell whatever she wants and it's going to happen. Could you imagine us doing that as children? If I just like declared what I wanted, my parents would be like, shut up. Like, what do you think you're doing? But Olivia, it's honestly cute. So I can't even be mad, but she's just like, she wants to hear Elmo. So she just walk around the house, play Elmo, play out, like over and over again in the car. She'll yell what she wants because like at that age, when you've seen it happen on that piece of technology, you just think that like, that's how life is. I just declare what I want and I get it. And it's unbelievable to me. And yeah, I just thought like it in so many ways, it is so dramatically different now and probably mostly driven by technology, right? And how like kids are living as 2 and 3-year-olds as compared to when we were 2 and 3-year-olds. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's completely different because the Alexa thing or the Siri thing, because in my car, I have Apple CarPlay. So when I plug my thing in, Apple CarPlay comes up. So I'll say, hey, Siri, play this song. So my daughter from the back seat, when I'm playing something, I'm like, hey, it's dad's turn. Let's play this song. She's in the back seat just yelling at the thing, just yelling, play Coco Melon, play Coco Melon, play Coco Melon, play whatever, because she just sees us do it. So she thinks that like, that's just how it gets done. And she gets frustrated when she can't get Alexa or Siri to do what they want it to do. Like she just screams at the thing and she's saying it and it's like, yeah, and it's just not catching it or whatever. But sometimes it does. And I'm very terrified for that moment because then they control the house.
Oh yeah.
They completely control the house. That's one thing that like, I guess I should ask somebody who has like older kids. It's like when the kid goes to like kindergarten, like when they're 5 years old or whatever, like they're going to be able to say, Alexa, play this, Alexa, turn the lights out, Alexa, do whatever. And I just wonder what that is like for people when your kids literally control your entire house.
Yeah. Well, I then this is the stuff I think about and I kind of worry about, to be honest with you, because like once she figures out how to say Alexa, it's over. Yeah, she can't say Alexa, but she can say play, and she knows the names of at least a few songs that she wants to hear. She doesn't articulate it very well, but I feel like she's not far from being there. And once we get there, it's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, Saoirse can say Alexa, but she doesn't say it like loud enough. So it's like, because like for us, it's like we just say it and like it all carries over. But like she doesn't say it loud enough yet. But I know she knows how to say Alexa, and I try to shut it down at every moment. Every moment, I'm just like, don't want to do it, because I'm terrified of that moment.
Yeah,
when she can just do anything she wants in the house at any time.
Google needs to like develop a voice filter so that like it can tell what person in the house is asking for something. And if it's the child, it just knows it's not allowed to play it.
I love that. You can do that with like the TV and stuff. Like you put like codes in. So like your kids can't like, watch certain things or like order pay-per-views or whatever, which happened to us.
Wait, that's a great point. Like for a lot of things that you can do digitally, like, buying something on demand or like on Amazon or something like you need to enter a password or a PIN. Mm-hmm. But like for this voice technology, what filter is there?
Dude, I don't know. I'm sure there's something, but like, I don't know what that is. I haven't gone through that yet, but I imagine to people who have kids who are just slightly older than ours, like have to do that. We just have our remotes are like, passworded up and all that because they can just press whatever button and then order Paddington Bear 3, and for $20 or whatever. And we have no idea why that's on our bill. So yeah.
Yeah. That happens all the time too. So that's another one that's like distinctly different from when we were kids.
Oh my God.
A lot of TVs didn't even have remotes when we were kids. Like I remember the first TV when we were really little was like part of a piece of furniture and like it had a knob, you know what I mean? But like Olivia will sometimes get a hold of one of the remotes where like it doesn't turn on the TV, but it just operates the cable. And like she'll be pressing buttons and then we'll turn the TV on. And she was like one step away from ordering something for $20 because if the cable box is on, you can order whatever you want, but like you don't know it because the TV's not on. It's dangerous. There's dangerous stuff that can happen.
Yeah, it's so different. And another thing that's crazy, how crazy different is where it's like, I found out recently that the show on Nickelodeon called My Brother and Me only had 7 episodes. They ran it for 7 years.
Jeez.
When there's a show that my daughter is done with, she goes on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So like we could watch reruns forever and had no idea. Like, I don't know how many episodes of Rugrats there are or Doug there are or like any of that. I have no idea how many episodes there are of that. There could be 10 for all I know. We watch the same ones over and over and over again. Like once she's done with something, it's like, all right, what's the next thing? All right, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
And it's all there. So that means she has like 800 different shows that she watches because it's all there. Like you go in the Netflix kids section, it's endless amounts of content or on any, anything that any streaming service that you use, there's endless amounts of kids content. And I find that to just be so much different because we were like, it was whatever VHS you have, whatever DVD you have, like that's what you got. Whatever show is on, that's what you got. And for her, it's like, nah, I'll watch 5 minutes of Coco Melon, then I'll watch Mickey Mouse, then I'll watch this. And it's like, how you can't just do it all when you want to do it. It's crazy, but she can.
Yeah, I struggle with that. Like, I think it's bad for adults, like the immediacy of things. And so like, I have to then by association think like, it can't be good for kids to just always be able to get the one thing that you want immediately. And you just have to essentially speak it into existence and it happens. Like, I don't know that that's a good, like, I don't know that humans were meant to operate that way in life. Like that's a little bit too much for me. But like, I vividly remember when we had 27 channels. I remember 27 was like the last number. And I think that was like Disney Channel or something like that. Channel 27. Like I remember that. And like, I remember some channels on the TV stopped playing television. Like there were times in the middle of the night where it was just like static. There was nothing on TV. I remember that stuff. And so it's crazy to think that like kids now never have to have that off moment with entertainment.
Yeah. And when we had Saoirse, my dad was like, oh, it's so much. I was complaining about like her, like getting up in the middle of the night or something. I have to sit with her or whatever. My dad was like, it's so much easier for you guys. I don't even want to hear it. SportsCenter is on when your kid's crying. The American flag would come on when you or your sister were crying and the TV's just done. So you guys got up in the middle of the night. There was nothing to watch. You guys have endless amounts of things to watch whenever your kid's up in the middle of the night. And I'm like, never thought about that way. I guess that's a really good thing.
It is true. I do notice that sometimes, like if they wake up in the middle of the night, like you can even just like, you have your phone right there and you just like turn on the flashlight and it's easy to walk into the room. Like the steps that our parents probably had to go through to just like find a flashlight and then like make their way into the room, or they had to cut the lights on and then everybody wakes up, like even little things like that are kind of crazy. But it's true that like things have been made easier for us, but I think like some of that ease doesn't make it easier long term. We just haven't realized it yet, you know?
No.
Because like they also didn't have kids, like, and it's just now it starts to. I feel like I'm starting to sound like I'm complaining, and I don't mean to sound like that, but like I'm just like thinking into the future, like they didn't have cell phones that were connected to literally everything that you could have ever wanted, and like so we didn't expect that, but like our kids already know when they grab the phone all the things they can do with it.
Yeah, like,
and so when they don't get it, then they get really, really pissed.
Yeah. The phone thing is wild, but I always look at it like, well, we can't control ourselves on our phones.
Yeah.
So when you hand it to your kid to like whatever, just for fun and whatever, and then you try to take it away from her, she loses her mind. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's what I look at your grandma doing on Facebook all the time. So like, I get it. Like if they can't handle it, then kids definitely can't handle it. If we can't handle it, kids can't handle it either. So it's such a weird thing, but there's also this weird dynamic with them that's so much different than us, where they're always going to be smarter than us. Where like it took a long time for us to be like smarter than our parents at something. Who was like, oh yeah, like we have computers, the internet, like whatever. But it took a long time. Like there's going to be something that comes out in a few years that like we are going to be asking our kids about, where like anybody who's raised kids through this whole the past decade, where it's like they had to learn what Snapchat was, TikTok was, Instagram was, all this stuff, and like figure out what was going on and how people were bullying each other on this stuff and doing all this whatever. And it's like your kids are telling you about this, like you aren't finding out about it, you don't know what it is. And it's like at some point that's going to happen to us. Like it's going to be me and you calling, it's like, yo, does Olivia say anything about this Snapchat thing or this whatever new thing that's happening? Like the metaverse? Is she in there? Like what's going on what's this metaverse thing about? Like I'm gonna be calling you, asking you what's going on. You're gonna be calling me, asking me what is happening, what this means, and we're gonna be like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, 100%. That is 100% true.
Yeah,
and like kind of like to what you just said about like us with our parents, like our parents had to physically walk us through how to do certain things, whereas like now our kids could just like, if you need to learn how to build something, you can just look it up on YouTube and learn how to do it in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like that, the access to information is crazy.
It's wild. We were having trouble putting our car seat in. We're going through the instructions,
and you looked up a video.
I looked up a video on YouTube. Random dude, it wasn't like the Greco guy or the Nuna guy. No, it was just a random dude in Idaho that was just like, here's how you put in this seat. And it was like, oh, that's how you do it. Did it. Done.
Yeah.
It's so different, dude. But it's good, but it's also just like, I don't know how it's all gonna. It's so weird, but it's so different.
Yeah, it's just different. It's maybe not better or worse. I do think there are some things that like clearly might be a problem because they're a problem for people our age. But like, I don't know. It's just wild. And it all goes back to that, like my daughter in the backseat just yelling, play Elmo song. And she wasn't yelling at me. She just thinks that she can state the thing that she wants into the atmosphere, and it happens. Crazy.
Yeah. And then I hate to say this to you, I don't want to burst your bubble, but in about, I don't know, 6 months or so, she will be yelling at you.
I know. I'm really milking the whole dad's car doesn't play that song thing right now.
Good. Dude, I milked that for as long as I could. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's only in mommy's car. That's only in mommy's car, not daddy's car. And she'd be like, okay. But then at a certain point, I'm telling you, by Christmas, she'll be in the back of the Jeep letting you know what's playing, what is about to play.
I'll let you guys know when that moment happens, but we're going to keep it very hush hush.
Yes.
For the time being. As
you should. I wouldn't mess that up for you. But one good thing though, and this is something that I don't like the screen time thing. I don't like putting the phone in front of her face, let her watch stuff. I don't like that. But on a plane, it's the best thing in the world.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Like game changer. Like she's occupied and then she just falls asleep. She wakes up, turns back on Gabby's Dollhouse or whatever the hell she's watching. And it's amazing on the plane. Oh, yeah. It's incredible.
Well, I mean, that's what, like 6 hours you need to kill?
Dude, yeah. Yeah. I don't care how long it is. Kids on flights are, listen, it's not fun. It's not fun.
Well, you know how we're big fans of long car rides.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
Katie's
you guys are like the Griswolds.
Katie's parents got us one of those. It's not an iPad, but it's some other type of tablet that's like specifically for kids to watch shows. And that has been quite helpful during our long car rides. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's something our parents, I'm sure, would have loved to have.
Dude, absolutely. Amazon, I think the Amazon Fire we have now, because my friend Hat was like, listen, you got to get this. It's literally like $40.
I think that might be the one we have.
Yeah, it's $40. They can break it. They can throw it around. Who cares? Because the iPad, I get really nervous. I'm like, I don't like you touching it. We have like the craziest case. So that if she does drop it, but I hate it so much. And now that we got this Amazon Fire thing for $40, I'm like, throw it up in the air. I don't care. What do you do with it? Do what you want. It's amazing.
Oh, man.
Well, speaking of parenting, Tom Brady has got another job, even though he's not done with the old job that he retired from and got back to. He's now going to be working for Fox Sports whenever he retires. What did you think when you saw this? Because I was like, I thought it was a joke. Like I literally had to look and click on the Fox Sports, make sure it was verified, all that stuff. Because I honestly thought it was like just someone like trying to just, I don't know, make a quick headline off somebody who didn't fact check or something.
My first reaction was to look at your Twitter account. And I got exactly what I wanted because there was Didi with his, I don't know, bi-weekly Tom Brady hates his family tweet. And that's really what I was looking for.
Well, am I wrong? Now, I understand if you doubted me before, but he has another job and he's not done with the job that he has, but he's letting you know when he retires from this job that it seems that he's seemingly never retiring from, he's got another job that is going to keep him away from his family. There's no Fox Sports in Tampa. He's not going to be doing that in Tampa.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was like 375 million over 10 years. Could you imagine? Like, I know people that like say I'm making more in retirement than I did when I was working, but 375 million, 37.5 million a year in retirement to just talk about football. Why the hell is he still playing?
Dude, I don't understand. In this all goes to like what Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are making at ESPN to do Monday Night Football. They're making both like 25 million a year. Like Troy Aikman has made more money broadcasting than he ever did playing football. And it's like, I promise you, I don't care about the announcers that much.
Yeah.
It's wild to me that all these networks are giving these guys so much money. It's like, I feel like if there's anything that we've realized in this country is that we will watch any type of football. We will watch it at any day of the week. It's just what we do here. We watch football at any time, any day, and it doesn't matter who's calling it. I don't know who called the Super Bowl. I don't know who. And they're giving these guys millions of dollars. Like that matters. I'm like, I don't know. If the Monday Night Football game sucks, I'm not gonna watch it because of Joe Buck. I don't know. Or Tom Brady or whomever. I don't care.
Yeah, I think like the only time the announcers matter is for like the smaller games. It's not for the bigger games because you're going to watch the bigger games regardless. Like I get pissed if like a game on ACC network has some shit brick announcer that's terrible all the time. I care about that, but I still watch the game. I still watch the game. Maybe I'll put the radio broadcast on, but I'm still tuned into that channel. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. Like we love football enough that it doesn't really matter. Like I know people hated when like Booger McFarland was on Monday Night Football. I can't remember who else was on that crew, but people really seemed to hate that. But like, did the ratings drop all that much? I think we just like hate watched it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's football.
I loved Booger on his cart. I wish they would have never got rid of him. They put him in the booth, and it was like this. I loved it when he was on that little cart, just going up and down, letting us know what was happening.
How much did you love all the fans that paid to go to the games that were pissed off because they couldn't see? Because Booger would just park right in front of them. You pay all this money to sit like row 2 at 50-yard line, and then you got Booger sitting in front of you for half the game. Oh, that was so funny.
Dude, the best. But yeah, like, and is Tom Brady going to be on a cart? His Tom
okay,
Brady...
well, that's a game changer if he is. Okay. That's a game. I tune in for that. I'll tune in for that.
All right, Fox, listen to us. Tom Brady on a cart. Because honestly, when has Tom Brady ever said anything that made you jump out of your seat?
Yeah, that's the problem. And like,
we've had 20 years of Tom Brady. 20 years for Tom Brady to make us be like, wow.
Right.
Never once.
He'll eventually, he'll every so often have like a TikTok that's kind of funny where he's like, yeah, the tuck roll, I might have fumbled it. But like, that's like 1 in a million.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I felt about Tony Romo. I remember being surprised at how good he was, but I feel like now everybody says they hate him because he like predicts the play and gets it right. And then he kind of ruins the game for everybody. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Tom Brady is not all that interesting. I feel like he'll probably be fine at talking about football, but it's not going to move the needle for me to like want to tune in because he's announcing.
Yeah. Or doing some piece during the pregame show. I just don't know what I guess. I don't know, because even if it's because he can get you access to people you normally wouldn't talk to, do I really want Tom Brady to interview someone? What's he gonna ask? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Don't see the point.
It's weird with like him and like because he's so tight with all the other players, so it's not like he's gonna ask hard hitting questions if they have somebody on to interview.
Exactly.
It's mostly gonna be just like him like waxing poetic with his friends.
Yeah. I would like for him to interview his wife and his kids. And because I want to know because listen, maybe Tom Brady's annoying at home and maybe Gisele's like, you need to go get another job.
Well, they have to be thrilled about the money, right? They have to be thrilled about that part. Yeah, Dad, go work.
Yeah, why not? Like, go work. Like, let's just be more rich than we already are because Gisele's super rich too. That's the thing. Yeah. It's like, God, but yeah, I think he hates his family or he's really annoying at home. He doesn't hate his family. His family's telling him to go away. Something's happening there.
Yeah. Maybe he just doesn't add anything, other than money, cause like he's not that entertaining. Maybe he just doesn't have funny stuff to say, or he doesn't play around with the kids at home or something. And so they're just like, yeah, you can go.
Huh. Okay. I like that theory.
I don't know.
That's a different one. I like it. I'm a fan. Well, Chris, we are up against time, so let's get into what we're listening to, sir.
Right.
All right. Chris, you weren't here last week, so let's go to what you are listening to. What is happening, man? What's going on?
Okay.
What are you listening to?
I am, first and foremost, listening to a band called Rationale. Okay. And it is a combination of a couple guys from the band Knuckle Puck and Dan Lambton, who used to be the front man for Real Friends. He is no longer the lead singer for Real Friends. I've always loved his voice. I thought his voice was perfect for Real Friends and the pop punk they sang. This band is not necessarily, it has some like vibes of Knuckle Puck and Real Friends, but it's much more like contemplative alternative rock. But their album, they released an album in 2021, If the Problems Persist. I'm not really sure what song I'm going to put on the playlist because I like a lot of them. But I would recommend checking out Rationale if you are, I don't know, looking for a new band. I mean, they're not new names, but it's a pretty cool mixture of a lot of people that I like in that genre, and I've been enjoying listening to them.
Nice. Well, Chris, one thing we forgot to talk about, but I guess it's perfect to talk about it. Kendrick Lamar put out his first lead single in like 6 years or something like that. The Heart Part 5. The song, not going to put it on the playlist because it's a downer. Don't need it in the summer. Just don't need it. This is winter music that Kendrick's putting out. But the video, Chris, he turns into a bunch of different people. What did you think of Kendrick Lamar turning into Will Smith?
The word I used was unsettling. It was unsettling to see, like, I don't know, like the way they did it, it was subtle enough that like sometimes when his visual, like his appearance changed, like it took you a second. And then you're like, oh my God, that's Will Smith. Like, I don't know. I don't like how it snuck up on me. It was a little bit strange.
Yeah. The way that I was watching it was like, I was like, oh, okay. So the song starts, the video starts, and I'm like, all right, so we're going to get Kendrick doing slam poetry over a beat. Like, that's whatever. Not my favorite Kendrick Lamar. So I'm like, that's fine. So I'm on my phone and I'm looking up and I'm like, oh my God, is that Kobe Bryant? What is happening? So I'm looking at my phone, I look up and it's like, there's Nipsey. I just was completely thrown by the video because I didn't know all of a sudden like what I was watching. It was just like, whoa. So whoever put this video together, like, shouts to you, because like you're gonna have people talking about this for like an entire week, and that's something that's very hard to do in this day and age. But like, I just was like, what the? I didn't know what I was watching.
Yeah,
when I was like checking it out. But a song I am gonna put on the playlist. Jack Harlow put out his new album, "Come Home, the Kids Miss You," and there is a song called "Movie Star" with Pharrell, and it is super good. Shouts to Pharrell for just showing up in our lives and just being like, I'm the best at this, because he did it on the Pusha T album. He shows up on this Jack Harlow album, and it's just like classic Pharrell. As soon as it comes on, who produced it, and the song's amazing. Movie Star, Jack Harlow, and Pharrell, and is incredible. And there's a beat change with like 40 seconds left, and it's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you see Jack Harlow and Drake get interviewed at the Kentucky Derby? It was like, I was super uncomfortable the entire time that was happening.
Me too. A lot of alcohol consumed. I can tell.
Like, Jack Harlow was like way too like into a certain vibe. And then like Drake just snuck into the interview, and I don't know, the announcers obviously weren't ready for it. And
no.
And then they were like cut away, and Drake got pissed. Drake got legitimately mad that they were cutting away because they had to go, like, I don't know, broadcast the horse race. Like, he was really mad about it. I was very uncomfortable for that entire thing. Hey, it's 2022 and Simple Plan put out an album.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the album's called Harder Than It Looks. It's actually good. Like, I've enjoyed it. This is another one. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put on the playlist. I'll put something on there. There are some, I mean, it's Simple Plan, so it's obviously going to be a little bit familiar if you have ever listened to them. There's also some familiar cameos, like Derek Wembley from Sum 41 is on one of the songs. But yeah, Harder Than It Looks, brand new album from Simple Plan. Pop punk is not dead. I don't care what people tell you.
Well, I mean, it's definitely not dead now. It's fully back. Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And this song that I'm putting on the playlist lets you know that it's fully back. Youngblood and Willow Smith have a song called Memories. Super good. And yeah, pop punk, not dead. Not dead at all. It is fully back. The kids are bringing it back, Chris. You have to be so happy to be raising 2 kids during the pop punk revolution in the 20s.
I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, in the 20s. That makes me feel old. I remember when like the pop punk scene faded after kind of like at the tail end of college. And I remember conversations saying how legitimately upset I was, because I was like, it's never coming back. It's absolutely never coming back. And here we are.
Everything comes back.
That's right. All right, the last one I have, I'm just picking one off the list. I got a bunch of songs I've been listening to that are new to me. The band Next Attempt. I'm putting it on because I like the title. You're Wrong and I'm Drunk.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like that speaks to a lot of conversations that we and listeners maybe had 10 to 15 years ago.
Dude, You're Wrong and I'm Drunk. That's good. Yeah, that's true. All right. Wale just put out, actually re-put out his album More About Nothing. Well, mixtape More About Nothing, that is now on streaming services because I mean, it's so wild to me how like all of those like mixtapes that came out late 2000s, like in the 2010s, and how they were just free. They just put them out and toured. And now all of those albums, which had to like sample clearances and all these things, you got to pay for to get them on streaming service because everyone gets paid for streams and stuff like that. And now these albums are all showing up and More About Nothing is on there. And it just makes me so happy. And Friends and Strangers sounds just as good as it did back then. The MC sounds just as good as it did back then. And it just makes me so happy when I just listen to music that I liked and it aged well. Because some music doesn't age well. Doesn't age well at all. That's true. Sometimes for words, sometimes for sounds, but it just doesn't age well. But this sounds just as good as anything. So, but yeah, check out More About Nothing. But Friends and Strangers, yeah, that's my jam. Still sounds good.
Nice. I like that. And the other day, at some point last week, I was asking people for a pick me up on Instagram, and you dropped that into my pick me up, and it was a pick me up. I was happy to hear about that.
Dude, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime I can pick you up, I'm always there.
Well, I guess Wale technically picked me up, but
yeah, it wasn't me. It was fully Wale, not me at all. I have nothing to do with More About Nothing. It's all Wale and Jerry Seinfeld.
There you go.
Well, Chris, that is the brunch breakdown. Any final thoughts, my guy?
I don't know, man. We're approaching Dan's wedding, and that sure is something. I will be seeing you soon, which will be fun. We'll find out if he's actually going to be on the pod next week. If he's not, I think we should have a real conversation about like if he should be included in this podcast moving forward, because he's really missing a lot of episodes lately. Ooh. And, you know,
yeah.
How many absences can you have until you get held back a grade? You know,
that's a good point. Yeah. That is a solid point. So if he's not here next week, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah,
we'll have a problem because maybe we'll have Shannon on to talk about it. Maybe Shannon doesn't want him on the pod either. Talk about that.
Drama.
Yeah. Well, that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.